I'm pleased to announce this morning that the Attorney General, Martha Koch, has reached a settlement on the city's behalf with Honeywell. It's a settlement that is worth some $25 million. It's a $4 million cash settlement and approximately $21 to $22 million avoidance of the maintenance contract. It's a great day for the taxpayers of the city of Quincy. From day one, that was what drove me on this issue, was to make right for the taxpayers and the residents of our city. Joining me today, I'd like to introduce folks that are with me. Of course, you all know Jim Timmons, our city solicitor, who has been extremely helpful and dogged on this issue from day one. To my left, Peter Carr from Eckert & Siemens, who we brought in several months ago as we got heavily into negotiations and the potential of going into litigation. Peter Carr is one of the finest litigators around, so we're thrilled to have him on board. And then on either end, two outstanding, distinguished gentlemen with great backgrounds in the legal field have served as advisors, non-paid advisors, assisting me and assisting the city in getting through this process, and I appreciate all of their work. And I do want to say right up front that I'm grateful to Martha Koch and her staff. I'm grateful to Greg Sullivan, the IG's office, and his staff for the follow-through which led to the settlement that we're announcing today. So with that, if anybody has any questions, or Jim, if you want to pipe in, or Pete. This is a settlement in our case. From my perspective, the case has been going on a long time. And the Inspector General did their due diligence. They spent about a year on it and turned it over to the Attorney General, who spent about 2 years on it. Clearly, would not have gone to this extent if they did not agree, at least with some of my concerns from day one on this program that was put together, obviously before I took office. So today is a settlement. It's essentially, I guess, a divorce, if you will, from Honeywell. We're no longer obligated with the maintenance contract that will allow us to do a much more efficient, competitively bid a program going forward for maintenance in our energy program. And the $4 million settlement, although that comes through the Attorney General, we expect to receive the vast majority of that. It puts this to a close. Which I'm also delighted about. This issue has been talked about for many years, and I think it's a good settlement, and I'm very happy with the result. Well, from day one, I thought, this city had problems with the contract. We went into in our first year in 2008 and began to experience issues and problems. At that point, we were just learning what had been agreed to. We were just learning what the financial implications were for the city. And as we engaged Honeywell at that time, we didn't meet much success in resolving some of those issues. So we took it to the next level, and the city solicitor suggested that we speak to the Inspector General about it, which we did. And then the Inspector General did a lot of due diligence and work and then handed it off to the Attorney General, which is not typical how things go. But clearly there was concern by both the Inspector General and the Attorney General, or they wouldn't want accepted to take the case until there would be a settlement today. So I'm grateful for all their efforts.